What's good? It is Ronan the Traveler. Man, we got a crazy video tonight. So, I asked my cousin if I can tell this story. This happened a few weeks ago. So, let's start from the beginning. So, my cousin is watching traveling out of United States, and I pop out. The algorithm is showing your boy. So you're like, this is my cousin. He didn't even know I had a YouTube channel. So he reaches out to me, and I call him back. He said, cousin, I need to come to Dominican Republic. I need a reset. Can you please help? So I'm contemplating this because my cousin, you must realize, he is very religious. Let me give you an example. When we were younger, my aunt would get mad if we was watching Pocahontas. She thought her skirt was too short, so she would turn it off and call us names. This is the environment my cousin comes from. So he tells me, look, I'm going through some things, please. And I tell him, I said, look, dude, I am about to come back to Louisiana and take care of my father within 2 or 3 weeks. He said, look, I can't wait that long. Can I just come meet you? I said, yes, I'm in Santo Domingo. You need to save this much money. He said, I have it. I said, well, all right, I'll wait for you, but you must realize I have to go to Sosua, but you can stay in Santo Domingo till I come back. And he's like, all right, bet. He comes back, I get the Uber, we pick him up, and it was good. We had one night just chilling. So I tell him the next day, look, I'm going to the North Coast because my girl has to have surgery coming up. She wants me to be with her. I'm going. He said, look, I'm coming too. And I'm trying to keep him out of that Sosua area because, you know, I'm a werewolf. I'm not. I don't know if he's a werewolf or not, but he's very religious. He has never even drunk any alcohol. I'm trying to keep him away from it because if something bad happened to him, the whole family gonna blame me. But he comes anyway. We get on that Caribe Tours bus and we go to the North Coast. So the first night we in Pedro Clasante, the first night, I try to get him to stay in the room. He comes with me. He has on penny loafers like he's about to moonwalk. And I try to tell him, man, you got to stop following me in the penny loafers. But he did it here. He went gloom, gloom, gloom. That's how the penny loafers sound. But I can tell he's loosening up a little bit. You know, he comes on the strip and one chick touched him. He's like, look, man, I'm tired. Let's go back to the room. We went back to the room. I'm trying to stay out of trouble myself. So we go back to the room. But the next day, when we wake up, we go to the beach and we sitting there and I start drinking beer and I give him one. He has never had alcohol in his life, but he's tense. He got penny loafers on and his clothes are extra tight. Look like they spray painted them on him. I said, man, you need to let loose. His clothes were a reflection of how he's feeling inside. And I tell him, kinfolk, tell me what happened. And he breaks down a story to me that's so messed up. And he tells me about his wife and playing with their kid. And he was throwing the kid up and down. And the kid makes a smirk. That's not our family smirk. And he looks at the kid really good and he sees the kid has Pastor Brown's smirk. This is his pastor. He confides in this man. He loves this man. The kid has the smirk of the pastor. And he said his pastor had one dimple on the left side that he did not have, but the pastor had. And when he see this little boy has the smirk, it took him a while, but he finally got the balls to confront his wife at that time. He confronts her and she tells him that the kid is for Pastor Brown. He goes nuts and they eventually get a divorce. and the judge makes him pay child support even though the kid is not his. So he's sitting in the middle of this beach in Sosua, and it's packed this day, crying with penny loafers on. Everybody's looking, and I start giving them beer, trying to help them out. And these 3 chicas come up to us at the table, and they sit there, and there's one is all on him. She's on him, and she sees he's crying, and I'm like, dude, please stop crying. I'm trying to, man, please stop crying, man. Man, be a man, man. You know, have some balls. But this chick stick her hand in his shorts, start play with his balls, and she's jiggling them things. You're jiggling, baby, and she's rubbing them, and he hops up. He tells me, I need the key. I need to go back to the room. And she's talking to him a mile a minute. Remember, he is not used to this level of debauchery. And I give him the key, and he leaves. But my cousin is gone for like 3 hours. And I'm thinking I need to go check on him, but I'm a little drunk. Eventually, he comes back down the beach. And he is different. For one, he don't have the penny loafers on. He has on flip-flops. My flip-flops, my Jordan flip-flop. But he had changed. And the little shorty wasn't with him. But he had changed. He come back, and he tries to grab my beer, but the light hit him right, and he had glitter around his mouth. Like, what you been kissing on booty cheeks? I start laughing. And he started laughing, like, man, what have you been doing? You got glitter around your mouth. You know, don't touch my beer. He was trying to drink my beer with the stuff around his lips, and I'm laughing. I'm like, but he had changed. His clothes were not that tight no more. His clothes were tight and went tight. But now they were loose. He was a different person. He had, all his stress had left him. He didn't care anything again about his ex-wife. He was reborn again, if you can say it. And I start playing with him, but he was different. I start singing the song Return of the Mac, but I said it because my cousin is a corny dude, so I start saying Return of the Mac and Cheetos, because he's so corny, you know. But he had changed. He got all, I mean, when I tell you his voice changed, everything had changed with this dude. So we go back to the room, like, man, you had a good time? I had a good time. So I tell him, next day, I'm like, man, I gotta go to Puerto Plata. My girl having a little operation. We get together within 1 or 2 days. Like, you know, bet I got money. I'm good. I can take care of myself. I'm going for just 2 days. I'm in Puerto Plata. When I come back to Sosua, I come back to the room. It smells like Badusi in there, and everything is tore the hell up. The whole room is dirty. There's liquor bottles, everything. I open the door, and he's booty buck naked, lay on the bed, and he looks at me and say, "I feel an evil approaching." I said, "Man, what?" He got a chick in there, a scallywag, like a Haitian chick. She was a scallywag. And he's in there, and he comes to me, damn near like a crackhead, and tell me, "Cousin, I need you to let me hold something." I said, "Dude, you just had all this." You cannot spend all that money in these days. But he had got it out of he spent everything he had parlaying with these women. He didn't even have enough money to go back home. Now, he had spent all the money he had parlaying with these chicks. And I understood it, being, you know, his cousin and knowing what he had went through. And I said, "Look, I'm gonna spot you, but you gotta pay me back my money." And I told you all this story to show how Sosua can save people. And, you know, you can count it as some sim stuff, but you gotta realize this guy was very religious, and Sosua give him a rebirth. He became somebody else. And what I mean by that, when he went home, he started selling everything he had, and he just wants to be in the Dominican Republic. And I understand it, because the Dominican Republic had that effect on me. It has everything you want. You say, I want to go to Colombia. There's many Colombians in Dominican Republic. I want to be in Venezuela. There's Venezuelans in Dominican Republic. I've met a lot of them. Dominican Republic has everything you want as a man. And that's what happened to my cousin. Are there things in the Dominican Republic you don't like? Hell yeah, there's different things, but the Dominican Republic has everything you want. It give my cousin a rebirth. So now he's not talking about his ex-wife anymore or the kid that's not his. All he cares about now is moving to the Puerto Plata, Sosua area. And I understand it because it happened to me through the Santo Domingo spot, because I believe in Santo Domingo. So he will be on the North Coast. I'll probably be in Santo Domingo, and it's all good. So I want to tell you, brothers, man, travel like your life depends on it, because it does, man. We are growing as a people. We are stretching out, and shout out to the Blue Book Cartel. I'm going to tell you, brothers, man, I appreciate you, man. Never be ashamed of who you are. You know, we have everything we ever need, man. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am, man. So shout out to my cousin Ken. He told me to call him Pete. I call him Slippery Pete now. And we out. Return of the Mac and Cheetos.